Hey everybody, welcome back to the 4-string strum of the channel. It's all about ukuleles. Today we're going to be taking a look at some new techniques. We're going to talk about muting with our left hand, also with our right hand. And we're going to go over some little tips for getting a nice clear sound out of your B flat. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so the tune that we've chosen for today is Wayfaring Stranger. It's a great old song that I really enjoy playing. And, the songs are almost a side thing to the techniques and the tips. So, whichever way you want to go. If you really like the song and you just want to learn that, or if you want to learn the tips and techniques, then that's what to focus on. So this song is nice. It's in minor chords. So we've got D minor. Let's just go through it. So it starts with D minor. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger. Goes up to G minor. Traveling through this world below. Back to D minor. There's no sickness, no toil, no danger. Up to G minor in that land. And you go to A, to which I go, back to D minor. And then the chorus goes, again, we're going to get into the B flat here, and don't freak out because we're going to go through a few tips and techniques on that. I'm going back to see my D minor father, up to B flat. He said he'd meet me when I come A, and then A7. I'm only going D minor, back to Jordan. I'm only going G minor, back to A, over home, back to D minor. All right, okay, let me show you some strumming for this now. All right, so for the strumming on this, again, if you're just getting started, we're going to start you off with a good basic strum, and then we'll get into some more advanced stuff when we do the muting. All right, so now your paintbrush strum is going to be ideal for this, okay? So just hit it with your thumb, brush it with your fingers, just like that. Top string with your thumb, brush the rest with your fingers. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger. Now if you want to add in sledgehammer, bring your thumb back up again, what we call the sledgehammer strum. So you hit it with your thumb, brush it, and bring your thumb back up. So instead of paint brush, it's sledgehammer, like that, sledgehammer. Okay, so you can do a combination, and this works really nicely with this song, between paintbrush and sledgehammer. You can almost do one, then do the other, then do one, then do the other. It sounds really good. I'll just play a little piece and show you how it goes. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world below. Okay, so just switch it back and forth. And essentially that's what we're going to do for pretty much the whole song, even in a little bit more of an advanced version. Okay, so play with that. All right, now if you want to take it up a little bit of a notch, we're going to start to get into some of this muting that I was talking about. And there's, again, two different ways that you can go about this that I'm going to show you today. One is with your left hand, and one is more with your right hand. So most people have seen the right-handed version a little bit more. And basically, they call it a chunk or a chuck. And it kind of mutes your strings, and you're doing it sort of with the heel of your palm here, like this part, okay? Like that. You can see how I hit it, I brush them, and then I rotate and drop my hand down, like that. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger. Okay? Try that out. Now, again, you don't want to do a whole song using that clunk, clunk, clunk all the way through it. You can use it for a good part of it, but again, it's like anything, right? Salt is great, but too much salt kind of ruins the soup, right? So add it in there as you see fit. Now, the other way that you can do it is also with your left hand. Okay, so what you do here, I'm going to get up a little closer, is when you strum, in order to cut off that sustain and give it that sort of a chunk kind of a sound, you just loosen your grip. Look at my fingers here. All I'm doing is that. Just a little bit of kind of a chord pump kind of thing, okay? I have it down all the way. And as soon as I release my fingers, hear how it stops? If I want to let it ring, I just hold them down. If I want to make it stop, give you that chunk sound. So this is, both of them are really about timing. If you want to get that chunk sound from your right hand, you just, okay, it's about that timing. You just drop it down at the right time. If you want to do it with your left hand, same thing. As soon as you strum, you hit it. I'm still hitting it, doing it with both hands here. So, advantage to either or. Okay, so the advantage to doing it more with your right hand, or having that available to you if you are doing it still with your left hand and doing them together, is that you can mute all of the strings. Doesn't matter what chord you play. If you play a C where most of the strings are open except for the first string, it still works. If you do just sort of a little chord pump, it doesn't really work because there's too many strings open that are able to ring. Okay? So if you want to play with it, you can do one, you can do the other. Let's try it first just with our left hand. Okay, now let's try it with our right hand. Sorry, with our right hand. Now, we're going to be talking about B flat here. So, on a chord like B flat, where you're covering all the strings, left hand muting works great because there's nothing left to ring, right? And some of you are saying, yeah, it always sounds me when playing a B flat. Okay, so while we're here on B flat, let's talk a little bit now about our B flat and what makes this work. I know Christy was asking about playing an F the other day. F on baritone is the same as B flat on standard ukulele. So a couple of things that'll really help you here is what you don't want is you don't want to get your wrist up too high this way, because you can see it makes my third finger, my ring finger there. When I get back this way, my finger lays down more. When I get my wrist here, you see how when it's further forward, look at my ring finger. See how it's more arched and it stands up. If I pull it back this way, you're going to end up with your fingers laying down flat, okay? And that causes muting where you don't want it, okay? You can get a nice clear sound. All your strings ring this way, okay? If you get your wrist forward. You don't have to have it all the way up so that the base of your pinky finger is actually touching the fretboard. It's sort of in between. Your thumb in the back makes quite a bit of difference. Let me just get rid of this for a second. Your thumb in the back makes quite a bit of difference. You want it kind of up high a little bit, I find, somewhere up around here. It doesn't have to be way to the back, more kind of at about a 3/4 spot up here. All right, and that provides you the ability to get more of a squeeze in, okay? And folks, honestly, this is just something that you got to kind of work through and play with. Don't give up on this, because this is something that you're going to get. Force yourself to play. I almost quit playing guitar when I was a kid because it seemed like every song that I had to learn how to play for school had an F in it, and I hated it, right? But I remember this very vividly. Okay, this isn't going to beat me. I remember sitting in my room with my guitar and just playing it over and over and over and over until it didn't beat me anymore. And I kind of got past it. And still, it wasn't perfect or anything, but it was more of a mental block than it was a physical one. So just, again, play with that, try that different hand position, and it does take a little bit more strength because you got to get a good squeeze on it. All right, let's talk a little bit more now about how we can take this up even another little bit of a notch, and some of the little extra embellishments that we can do here. Okay? All right, so carrying on a little bit from where we were for the last few videos, when I'm talking about adding and dropping fingers and picking them up and stuff to pull the melody out and give you a little bit more to that sound. Let me just show you one little thing here. So we're going to start lifting and dropping our ring finger here, our third finger in the D minor when we're playing that. Let me show you how it goes. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm hitting it down. Up, down, 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 down. So I want you to listen. Don't necessarily watch so much my hand, and listen to the part of the strum when you hear me lifting my finger. You can hear how that adds that nice sort of that, it's kind of that sort of spooky, dramatic kind of a minor sound that you get. And this really embellishes that when you lift and drop with your third finger here. So let's do it one more time. Listen for it now. So mostly I'm doing it when I'm coming back up, but it doesn't matter. If you're more comfortable doing it when you're strumming down, that's fine too. It's just the timing that's important. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world below. There's no sickness, no toll, no danger in that land to which I go. I'm going, and you can stop there, okay, after that. I'm going, and then you go to your B flat. So that's two things. One, it creates that sense of anticipation. You stop playing, right? And then you're waiting, as a listener, you're waiting for that playing to start up again, okay? So that's one thing. So from the listener standpoint, it's kind of cool. From the player standpoint, again, you're going up to the B flat. So it might be nice to stop, give yourself a little second, get your B flat ready to go. I'm going back to see my father, back to it. He said he'd meet me when I come. So when you go to your A here, you hit the A, and you can just kind of strum down. Then you lift your second finger up and go to the A7. So it really kind of builds towards that A7. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. All right? Give that a try. I got one more little tip that I want to show you. All right, let's take a look at pulling a little bit more of the melody out of this song. And what you can do here is you start off, it starts off with your third string. I'm just a So it's basically you're just hitting each of the individual strings as you go down, starting on the third string. Okay. So coming back up, wayfaring. So you drop your pinky finger here at the third fret on the second string. Lift it. Then you go back up to your third string and drop your finger again. Do your little hammer on. Go up to your D minor. Your G minor. Then you go to your 5th fret with your pinky finger here on the third string. Now. Then you go to your 2nd string. Then you go back to your D minor. Now when you go up to your A, then you go to take your pinky finger at the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, then to the 1st fret on the 2nd string, then you go back to your D minor again. All right, let's play the song through. Here we go. All right, here we go. Well, I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world alone. There's no sickness, no toil, no danger in that land which I go. I'm going back to see my father. He said he'd meet me when I come. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I know dark clouds will gather around me. I know my way is rough and steep, but beauteous fields will rise before me, where God's redeemed every just came true. I'm going back to see my father. He said he'd meet me when I come. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I'm only going over home. One more time. All right, folks, so we kind of got a little bit of a neat, funky groove going on that old tune. It's just a different way to play it, and I enjoy playing it like that. Just kind of fun, and it really helps me to, get that sort of a chunky sort of sound out of it, right? And, I teach you guys this, not so much to teach you the song, but to show you the technique so you can use it in other favorite songs that you guys have, and just drop those little techniques in every once in a while. You don't have to do all of them all the time, but they're sure great to have there. You can just pull them out of your toolbox and go for a little bit different sound. All right, don't forget, folks, if you haven't already signed up for our new Facebook chat group, the link is down in the description. And don't forget to subscribe. We've got probably 70% of the people that are watching these videos still aren't subscribed. So, folks, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me to reach more people with these videos. I love doing them for you guys, and it would be great to get them out to more and more folks. All right, now, if you got any questions, you know what to do. Drop them down into the comment section because I'm always more than happy to help you out. And until we see you next time, keep smiling, keep strumming, and have fun, maybe with one of these videos right over here. Bye for now.